today I got up early and headed over to Uwharrie National Forest. Not too far from where I live. Definitely one of the closer places I have to hike. But still get, away from it, not a city park or something. This is the Uwharrie National Scenic Trail. As far as views go, they are limited. There's a few places that I'll be honest I have not been to yet, but I look forward to checking out here in this fall, hopefully. They do have some, more scenic views, but you're in the Piedmont here of North Carolina, which is very limited high points. A high elevation is 1,000 feet around here, but still there's some really cool old forests, not old growth per se, like you might find in some remote sections of the country, but this land has definitely been around here for a long time. And if you want to kind of maybe get a feel for what it might have been like a few hundred years ago, running through the woods around here, this is probably a pretty good trail to recreate that feeling. Very quiet. Just hearing the squirrels and the birds. I'm sure there's a few deer watching me right now. This trail is in the National Forest, but you may notice, especially up ahead, here's some yellow signs on the trees. So to our left over here is all private property. And that's what these signs are telling you. Please don't trespass on the private property. I do believe this land is used for hunting somewhat. But it's a well-known trail. It's a national scenic trail that runs through here. Don't know the exact mileage. I'll put it at the bottom of the screen. But yeah, great way to train for other bigger hikes and still get out in the woods a little bit. All right, I've come to Trail Junction. That's the direction I came from. This is the junction with the Dutchman's Creek Trail. You can head up this way and it circles back around and hits the Uwharrie Trail again in 5.2 miles. Or you can stay on it and it goes all the way to the other highway. Uwharrie Trail itself continues that way. I think I've decided I'm going to head down this way, follow the yellow diamonds for a while. I've never been on this section of the trail, of the Dutchman's Creek Trail. I've hiked both of these from the other parking area at the south end of this section. South, I think that's right. Getting turned around here. But never been, this far out on it. So we'll see what this looks like. It looks like it goes down for a ways towards the creek and then comes back up on a little high point. I think that may be my turnaround spot. So I get back home around noon today. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. This is where Dutchman's Creek Trail crosses the Dutchman Creek one more time before you start gaining some elevation up in that direction. Like I said before, elevation is a relative term. Around here, you're not going to get much higher than 1,000 feet, if that. That actually may be more of a high point. Again, you can see look, there's tons of there's a fire pit here. There's another one back in there, good camping spots. Down by the creek here, and there's another section up here where I passed a guy who had stayed out here last night, and he said the same thing I did about how it's kind of surprising how few people are out here. But I think it's, this is not a trail that's popular, for lack of a better way of saying it. People are going, although you're starting to see some color here, right? People are going up, further into the mountains this time of year. Those are definitely going to be more popular than a trail like this that doesn't have big vistas and views. You're just more walking through the woods. I like this kind of trail because you can really get away from people. It's quiet for the most part. The only other people you're going to find back in here are people who are doing the same thing, right? It's groups of ones and twos usually. Quiet, reserved folks. But yeah, this is where I'm heading back the way I came at this point. I think for some reason 4.5 miles of late seems to be my limit. Usually due to time constraints. This is starting to hear some cars and traffic on the highway again. Should be about half a mile from the trailhead, or at least this portion of the trailhead. Pretty good little out and back, 9 miles all in, what looks like it's going to be at least. You can make a lot of loops, lollipop style. Once you get south of here, down to where there's, really where the Dutchman's Creek area starts, and then just beyond that, a couple miles beyond that, you get into some mountain biking trails that you can use to make other loops if you want. Like I said in the beginning, this is the Uwharrie National Scenic Trail, and a small portion of the Dutchman's Creek Trail today.